So we're out of this location called The New Wave by Page, Arizona, Lake Powell here in far northern Arizona. I decided just to come out here and just do some shooting. I was kind of feeling a little bit creatively blocked, photography-wise and filming-wise. I didn't really know what to film. So I just decided to come here for a couple hours this evening and try and take some photos and see what I could come up with. But I also had a topic I wanted to discuss, and that was really just talking about the two essential lenses that I use for landscape photography. And I kind of noticed this recently when thinking about it over the past couple of months. I started thinking about, what I normally bring in my photography bag when I go hiking and I go shooting, and I realized that I do have 4 lenses in total. You can actually go check out on my channel what's my landscape photography backpack for 2022. But I realized that there's 2 lenses I pretty much bring every single time, and I actually don't really use the other 2 nearly as much. And those 2 lenses are what's on my Lumix G9 right now. I have the 45 to 150mm telephoto lens, and I'm shooting with the 8-18 Lumix Leica on the Lumix G85 right now. And since I do a lot of hiking and backcountry camping and stuff like that, I like to keep my bag as lightweight as possible. So every time I go on a hike, I try to really minimize what I bring with me because I want to keep my weight and size of my pack down. And I've kind of realized that these are just the 2 lenses that I shoot with probably at least like 95% of the time. So then a lot of times when I go hiking, these are the only 2 lenses I actually bring. The other 2 lenses I bring along occasionally. But really, the Lumix 8-18 and the 45 to 150 telephoto really are the 2 lenses that I use for the vast majority of my shots that you see in my videos. Now I thought I'd put this video together just to kind of show you guys some examples of some images I would take with these 2 lenses. This is a location I've scouted out a few weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I came here and found a couple spots I thought I'd want to shoot at sunset. And I was like, hey, let's take these 2 lenses out and just take some images and, just show you guys some of the images that I get with these 2 lenses. Even though, to be fair, if you go back and watch my videos, almost all the images in all of my videos are shot with these 2 lenses. But let's jump right into it. First location I'm at here, I actually scouted out a few weeks ago, and it kind of more or less consists of this very wavy, smooth sandstone here. And there's almost like 2 little bowls here. There's one down beneath me and one back here as well. And in the background we have the open desert as well, kind of peeking out, which you might not be able to see on this shot right here. But essentially, I kind of figured I just wanted to cover a shot with these 2 bowls kind of leading out into the desert out there towards Lake Powell and Glen Canyon. When I was here a few weeks ago and found this location, it was late morning, early afternoon. Conditions were the worst conditions possible basically for shooting. So I was like, well, I'm going to come back here for a sunset and try and shoot this spot. So that is what I'm doing now. I'm going to try and get images with both of these lenses, the 8-18 and the 45 to 150 on my Lumix G9 right here. I have the 45 to 150 on there right now. See what we can come up with. I'm probably going to put myself in some of these images here because I want to try and use a person, a human, which I'm the only person here right now, as scale to kind of show the scale of the formations that I am exploring here. So that's kind of the plan for this evening's shoot. Found this cool little bowl here behind me. These nice little formations and stuff here. Actually, while exploring earlier this afternoon, about an hour before sunset actually, the first time I had found this spot. And the sun set just over there. The sun has just set, so I actually kind of use this a little area as a nice opportunity to get a sunburst, sun star as it was just setting below the horizon there. Yeah, it turned out all right. And then I also got a couple images of me standing kind of at the bottom of this bowl here. Took all those with the 8-18, and I'm trying to get some more images of the telephoto now because I haven't used that as much today. So what more can I say about these 2 lenses? Obviously, it's going to be different for each photographer. What are your preferences for shooting? For me, I find that these two lenses kind of cover the majority of situations that I'll be photographing. The 8-18, which I'm filming this on right now, of course, is a super wide angle zoom lens, so it covers from 8 all the way to 18, which that's a micro four thirds. So in full frame, of course, that is 16 to 36 millimeters in full frame. And I find that covers a lot of just normal scenarios while shooting landscapes, any large vistas, things like that. And then I will also just use the 45 to 150, which of course is a telephoto, and a 45 to 150, that's a pretty large range there. That is a 70 to 200 in full frame, and that covers a very large focal length. A lot of times when I'm trying to focus on more of like smaller details, I will use the 45 to 150, which I have on my G9 right now. And I also use the 45 to 150 a lot for panoramas and image merges, and making panoramic images in larger megapixel or high resolution images. I do that all the time, actually, with the 45 to 150, essentially almost creating a wide angle panorama with a telephoto lens. I do that a lot. Maybe I'll talk about that more in a future video. The 45 to 150, as far as the aperture at 45 millimeters, is at f4.0, and at 150 is at f5.6. That works pretty well, especially if you want some compression and shallower depth of field in your images. And then the 8-18 at 8 millimeters, it is at f2.8, and then at 18 millimeters it goes to f4. The 8-18 is definitely a higher quality lens than the 45 to 150. I definitely am considering at some point upgrading to 45 150 to the 45 to 200, which is a higher end lens as far as the telephoto lenses go. Those are pretty much the two essential landscape photography lenses that I use, which is basically just a very wide angle zoom lens and then a telephoto lens. The combination of those two pretty much cover it's like 95% or more of instances that I shoot in. I hope you guys did enjoy this video here, shooting with the Lumix Leica 8-18 and the Lumix 45 to 150 millimeter lenses on my Lumix G9 here. Really just sharing my two essential landscape photography lenses for landscape photography. If you did enjoy the video, I'd like to see more videos like this one about landscape photography, hiking, camping, national parks, stuff like that. Feel free to subscribe to my channel down below. Leave me a comment, again, like I was saying, letting me know which lenses you like to use for your landscape photography. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.